All right, Taylor, can't wait for this showdown. Top 15 going on tonight on ESPN2. The Duke Blue Devils visiting Reynolds Coliseum to take on NC State. It's strength on strength. One thing you can expect from Duke is they're going to play defense, but here's Debbie Antonelli on KYAL.
Once I started coaching, I still never thought I was going to do anything great. The only thing that I've always thought my whole life is to give everything I have and be the best that I can be.
You know that cliche, how you don't always remember what people say to you, but you remember how they make you feel? Coach Al always made you feel important. We all knew she was going to be in the way in practice. She was in the lane that you were running. She was under the basket for a rebounding drill. If you're working on some defense, she was in the middle of the floor. She was always in the way. Winning the ACC tournament title was always a special time. In 1985, we did win the tournament title, and that meant everything to her, too. I mean, she grew up Tobacco Road, ACC basketball. Winning the ACC tournament is always special. She taught us to be accountable and responsible. She taught us to have patience and tolerance. She taught us to set goals and really believe that you could do things. And most important, the best gift she gave all of us was hope through her battle with cancer.
I never questioned, why am I going through this? It's a part of the overall plan.
Here is this incredible role model, stronger than strong, never saw a weak link or ever saw any sort of weakness in anything that she did. When she decided to fight, then she inspired everybody to fight alongside with her. She came back 3 times from cancer. So the third time that she came back in the 2007 year, you could see more the effects of cancer on her body, the wig, the gloves. There were times she couldn't even get up off the bench. It was challenging to watch her coach her team, but we knew that coaching her team was the most important thing to her while she battled it publicly. She knew that she could put a face on cancer that would help inspire others.
As I battle cancer and then I come out and have a court named for me, have a great team of players and staff, it really gives me a great lift in a lot of ways.
It meant everything to me to be able to be there, to be able to watch her team, to be able to help provide that moment in time for her that would live forever. I can't imagine doing anything more important or more powerful than that.
College basketball has lost one of its great coaches and human beings. KYAL lost her battle with breast cancer.
As much as I miss her and love her, as much as I know how great the fund is doing, how hard the board works, I feel so proud. And I know she would be so happy. But then she would ask us what more we could do. That was her attitude all the time in everything she did. I play for Kay every day.
Amazing feature. Let's welcome in Debbie Antonelli, our GOAT Hall of Famer. Appreciate you making the time, Debbie. We're all excited, and we're going to delve into Duke versus NC State. But tell me how much Play for K has grown since its inception.
Well, first of all, Justin, thank you for having me on, and you and Taylor do a great job in the studio. This is the 20th anniversary. I was here for the very first one when it was Hoops for Hope. This is our 20th year. This is a big celebration, not just in Raleigh. There's a national celebration around this game, but this is the focal point. This is the anchor and the cornerstone of all the Play for K games. We've got over 1,100 schools around the country that are hosting a Play for K game. We've raised almost $9 million. There are a lot of good things happening, and I know Coach Al would be really proud of the efforts we're making.
It's been really cool to see over the last couple of weeks, all the pink and all the Play for K games. We are talking about this matchup. You're on the call. What are you seeing on the floor in this game as you key in, your top things you're looking out for?
Well, 2 top 15 teams on Tobacco Road. I mean, that doesn't get much better than this. This is fantastic. Duke brings a disruptive defense that is up the line, overplaying, really good with habit, short choppy steps, high hands on the catch, really good defensive scheme. NC State, though, has dynamic guards, and there are times in the game where NC State can just flat out break off the offense, and when they break it off, if it's Isaiah James or Sanaya Rivers, really challenging to keep in front. NC State runs a good percentage of their offense in the pick and roll. They're going to have to be able to move the ball and be able to get Duke in rotation. If they can do that with their dynamic guard play, keep the ball in the middle of the floor and avoid getting trapped on the sideline, don't lose their dribble, take care of the ball, no live turnovers, this is going to be a heck of a game.
Debbie, we know the intangibles and how important Sanaya, Isaiah, and Zoe Brooks are to this team. Speak about what you've seen lately from Zam Jones or even Madison Hayes, who's been on a good stretch.
Oh, I'm the president of the Madison Hayes fan club. I mean, I think she does so many things that impact winning, and a lot of it may not show up in the stat sheet, but she's a top rebounder. She's an undersized 4 player, constantly having to guard out of position, does a really good job going to the glass, doesn't do anything spectacular. It's just solid. And then Zam Jones off the bench provides a spark. Now, that kid hasn't seen a shot she doesn't like. She has a lot of ivory latta in her, as a matter of fact. I think she is a player that in a game, in an environment like this, she can get really excited. Let's see what kind of maturity she shows up with. But I do think she's ready to play. And I think it's all about the guards for NC State. Obviously, their post play is emerging. They are getting better. But you can't have enough guards in a game like this.
On the Duke side of things, Debbie, they have several players scoring 6 or more points a game. They can share the basketball. In your opinion, the catalyst offensively for the Blue Devils tonight should be and can be who?
Well, 60% of their baskets are assisted, Taylor. You're absolutely right. They do move the ball. They're very well coached. They play an elite-level defense. On the offensive side, they run great stuff. They got to make shots. They're going to get to spots on the floor that Kara Lawson's going to dictate for them because of the way, especially in the second half, they run their offense. Reagan Richardson's a player for me tonight. She's got to play well. She's got to play big. I think she can impact scoring in a lot of ways. We know their defense is good. It's going to be how many points can they put on the board here in Raleigh.
Debbie, let me follow up off that point. We saw great moments from Reagan Richardson last year during that tournament run. Do you believe this team, meaning Duke, needs to have an alpha, a player that says, give me the rock, I'm going to go and get a bucket, for them to have success in the ACC tournament or even further?
You know, Justin, to be honest with you, I don't know the personalities of the players on this team. I don't know what their makeup is in their character. I know what kind of basketball players they are. I watch them on film. I've had them before. I know how hard they work. Do you have to have one person that demands the ball? I don't know. I think Kara Lawson is the alpha on this team. I think she's the one that dictates what they do. And as long as Kara is doing the elite-level job that she's doing at the top of the offense for her team, especially when it's in front of her bench in the second half, I think they do it by committee. I don't think they have a star. I think they are so good in so many different ways. And obviously, they're a top 10 team in the country right now. They are tracking to be a team that hosts in the NCAA tournament, which I think will catapult them to the Sweet 16. So I don't see an alpha. I see complete balance on this team, and I think that's the way they're going to win moving forward.
This is more than a cancer fund. It's a movement, a promise. No one fights alone because it's personal.
Welcome to the 2025 Play for K, benefiting the K Out Cancer Fund. Reynolds will be rocking tonight as we get set for a top 15 showdown. As Coach Al loved to say, never let the urgent get in the way of the important. And boy, would she love this one tonight because it is very important. As we welcome you to the ACC on ESPN, it is sold out and pinked out. And on the court that bears her name, inside Reynolds Coliseum, it's number 14 NC State hosting number 10 Duke. Both still very much in the race for an ACC regular season championship. This their only meeting of the season. And after Notre Dame's win yesterday, they stay unbeaten in the driver's seat, looking to win an 8th title in 12 years. Both the Wolfpack and the Blue Devils still have a date to come later this month with the Irish. Hey, everybody, and welcome courtside. I'm Beth Mowens, alongside former Wolfpacker Debbie Antonelli, and a night and an atmosphere Coach Yao would have loved.
Oh, this is exactly what Coach Yao had envisioned 20 years ago when she created the Play for K games. 20 years, this place is sold out. You talked about the pink, and it's the rivalry of the Tobacco Road games that she loved more than anything else, especially this one here tonight with Duke.
And we feature two of the best backcourts in the country. It starts with NC State.
You have to have complete and elite, and that's what NC State has in the backcourt. Isaiah James leads the team in scoring. 3 levels, check it off, baby, because she can fill it up. And then there is Sanaya Rivers. Sanaya Rivers leads the team in block shots and steals. They combine to create havoc on both ends of the floor. That's how dynamic and elite they are.
Big test for them tonight against the best defense in the ACC.
Duke does not let you do what you want to do. Look at the numbers here. It indicates how disruptive, how detailed they are on the defensive end. Their habits are outstanding. Kara Lawson has put together a team that makes it really hard to score on just the way she likes it.
Kara Lawson's club did not allow an opponent to score 60 points in the month of January. They are coming off a Sweet 16 appearance a year ago. Much bigger ambitions this season. And on the other side, fittingly, his name starts with the dub because only Gino has more dubs than Wes Moore amongst all of the active coaches right now in women's college basketball.
Beth, I feel like we got the best seat in the house for a game that we're probably going to get sweat on us. It's that close to the action. This is going to be outstanding here. Sold out Reynolds Coliseum. Excited for the matchup for 2 top 15 teams.
Home whites with the pink trim for NC State, and some of Coach Yao's favorite words replacing the names on the back of their jerseys. And Duke in their road blues. Off the bounce, Zoe Brooks, and the turnover. It's a dead ball turnover. That's a key phrase tonight because Duke, with this starting 5, loves to take it from you and run it the other way.
They have the best assist turnover margin in the ACC, one of the best in the country.
Pull up in the lane, in and out from Jaden Donovan. And here's a look at the starting 5 for NC State. 4 guards, and then the big who has emerged throughout the season in Tilda Trieger.
Beth, NC State can't wait to start this basketball game. They got to jump it fast. You got to welcome the pressure that Duke's going to bring. Look for Wes Moore to have backdoors and off the bounce, dribble entries into their offense, ball fakes and shot fakes to be able to score against Duke.
Jackson off the mark. There's Trieger with the rebound, and Brooks will push the other way. Leaving it off for Tilda. She'll try it for 3 and knock it down at 6'6". The freshman from Sweden stepping outside.
That's her 7th triple of the season. She did go 4 for 6 at Cal on the road. She is very capable of knocking down the trail triple.
Duke trying to do what hasn't been done, and that's an opponent coming in here and winning at Reynolds as Taina Mayer drops the 3.
And that's what I'm talking about with NC State. How can you leave somebody that wide open in the beginning of the game? Now you have to bring your level up right now. If you wait, it'll be too late.
Trying to match the triple at the other end. Offensive rebound. James off the window. The 5'9" senior from Virginia Beach, 9 times this year, has dropped 20.
Transition defense for both teams, critical to their success here.
Reagan Richardson just inside the line with a hand in her face for 2.
I would say back-to-back baskets for Duke with very little resistance by NC State.
Well, and that's a big difference, right, for the Blue Devils. They're always going to defend. This year, it's a much better scoring team.
I think that's the difference in this year's club with everyone that Kara Lawson has returning. You have to be able to be a more complete team, and I think they are this year, particularly because of their improvement on the offensive end.
First foul on Delaney Thomas. And quickly into the game is one of the top freshmen in the country and one of the front runners for ACC Rookie of the Year, Toby Fournier, the 6'2 freshman from Toronto who can dunk. Ashlyn Jackson has the Isaiah James matchup to start the game. NC State runs a lot of ball screen action. Pick on the ball is what Wes Moore would say. He's been saying that for 36 years over there on the sideline as a head coach. This is an NC State team, almost everybody back from their Final Four run a year ago. And up and in from Brooks, who hangs and hits.
And that's the way you got to attack Duke's pressure. They're going to have a hand in your face. They have great defensive habits. They're going to play up the line. You got to be able to attack it.
Pass off the mark, and NC State a chance to test the waters, and now James will circle back. Reach in and a takeaway. Good pick by Donovan, and here comes Mayer. Got numbers, got Donovan, missed the layup.
Well, that's a break for the Wolfpack, because that's that live ball turnover you were referencing earlier. You can't turn it over in the live situation. Duke's team speed is too good going the other way. And Carol Lawson doesn't like the two calls that have gone against her team right here. Zoe Brooks attacking, welcoming, inviting pressure off the bounce. Great hang time and finish at the rim.
James, the underneath the bucket inbounds, and they execute it well. Isaiah with 4 early.
Got to know personnel. You'll see how they'll guard certain matchups on the floor for NC State.
Duke loves to post up the freshman Fournier. Here she is with a touch and a face-up. Offensive rebound. Jackson on the kick out for 3. Wes Moore was working on that all day today in shoot-around, talking about getting the rebound with the Blue Devils.
Duke averages 15 offensive rebounds a game. This is just a tremendous job by Okanawa to be able to get that loose ball off the rim and make a play for Jackson.
Duke with more pressure, trying to speed things up. And instead, Rivers finds James for 3. She's hot early with 7. Fournier, freshman on freshman, and she muscles that up and in.
Now Fournier knows how to use her leverage. She's giving up some size to the 6'6" Trigger on the inside. But that's where she does damage for Duke. 2 feet in the paint.
Brooks pulls up, no. And here comes Mayer.
NC State electing not to crash the glass to get back and set their D.
Richardson. Fournier and a foul. Snake behind the screen, and Toby with a nice drop down to the block.
It's a really good job by Duke to run their ball screen action below the free throw line. It's really hard to tag and bring help from the weak side. It's a really good job of isolating on a single side or a naked side. Carol Lawson's team able to attack off the bounce in the 2-man game.
69% at the line for the 4-time ACC Rookie of the Week. And short on that attempt. One of the top members of the freshman class coming in from Canada, has competed internationally, and she is their leading scorer coming in off the bench this season.
She has a total of 3 assists this season. You got to turn her into a passer. Yeah, that's a foul.
Brooks fouled by Okanawa. The first on Alucci. 2-point ball game midway through the first.
Coach K. saw something powerful in the ability of sports to carry us through our toughest moments. Her legacy and fight is carried on through the K. Cancer Fund. This united community is making a significant impact in the fight against cancers affecting women, especially those within underserved communities. Together, we empower, educate, and serve. This is a movement, a promise. This is personal. Support the KYOW Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation. Donate at kyow.com.
How about a closer look at the 10th-ranked Duke Blue Devils, unbeaten at home. They've got a couple of big wins, Oklahoma and K-State on neutral floors. The scoring way up from the last 4 seasons are getting it done on both ends. They're holding everybody below their scoring average. And the bracketology, Charlie Cream says they're a 3 seed. And right now, Kara Lawson is giving the officials an earful. Look, you can read her lips. Let us play defense. And she is amped up early here at Reynolds Coliseum. Dee Cantner, Joe Vasili, Angelica Suffren, the officiating crew for this top 15 showdown.
You got to set a tone over there with the officiating. I mean, that's what she's doing. NC State would love to get in the bonus so they can get to the free throw line.
3 fouls on Duke, 1 on NC State. Early lead for the Wolfpack. Trieger walked with it. The Blue Devils, you know, quad 1 wins are a big thing this year in women's college basketball. That's a new indicator for the selection committee to work with. They're 4-3. Their strength of schedule, one of the best in the country. They still have Notre Dame to come. And Charlie says a 3 seed, which would keep them at home for the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament.
You know, Beth, when Kara Lawson was hired by Nina King, the athletic director at Duke, I said early on, I thought in her 5th year, she would be a Final Four contending team. And that's where they are. Yes, I think they are. They're going to play first 2 games at home. They're going to go to the regional, and the way they play defense and their added scoring punch, I mean, Gail Gestincourse at Duke set the standard for the Blue Devils. 4 Final Fours, 2 title games, and they haven't been back since.
Their last Elite 8 was 2013. That's also their last ACC championship. They come in tonight, along with NC State, 1 game behind Notre Dame.
I like the makeup of their team. I like the chemistry on defense. I like how hard they play. And it must be a joy in practice every day because you know what you're going to get.
Charlie Cream is projecting 9 ACC teams with a couple more on the bubble as NC State turns it over and a chance for Duke to take the lead for the first time tonight.
Well, that would be an unforced error by NC State. That didn't have anything to do with the Duke defense. Madison Hayes just threw it out of bounds. What a game already, right? You can feel the intensity in the building.
And this is a young group of Blue Devils out there on the floor right now. Underclassmen running the show, including the sophomore Mayer at the point. Nice rack pass inside to Fournier and a foul on Trieger.
So you got to have better ball pressure to take vision away, and Trieger can't let Fournier step in front of her on that duck in. You got to fight over the top of that. This is where the young post play for NC State is starting to emerge. Like, that's something on film that she's going to learn from.
Under 4 to go here in the first quarter. Taken away by James. 1v1 with Jackson up and over the front of the rim. She's got 9 in the quarter.
She came to ball. Isaiah James is coming off the only game this season where she had single digits. She only had 7 points in the win at Wake on the road. She's already scored more points here in the first 7 minutes.
Weak side rebound for Rivers. That's her first. Keeps an active dribble and draws the foul.
How about playing up the line for NC State? This is what you call good ball pressure right here. Sanaya Rivers sets this up for Isaiah James to jump the passing lane. That's the kind of defense you got to play. Take vision away, high hands, and allow James to get that steal and lay up on the other end.
Rivers to the line, 69% on the season, coming off a win against Virginia Tech in which she scored her 1,000th career point, honored before the game tonight. terrific matchup in the ACC tonight. How about the Thursday night double dipper? UConn and Tennessee renew their rivalry. It's Paige Beckers in the first game, and then Hannah Hidalgo and Notre Dame in the second. Big Thursday night doubleheader coming your way.
Hannah Hidalgo coming off back-to-back 30-point games. And she can get it done on the defensive end as well. One of the top players in the country. That's a great day of basketball on Thursday.
Going to see a couple of the top player of the year candidates in Beckers and Hidalgo. And then what do you got? The LA ladies, probably the other two, and Juju and Lauren Betts.
Yeah, I like Lauren Betts right now. I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to the #1 team, an undefeated team in the country, UCLA. I know Corey Close would appreciate somebody giving them a shout out. She's the head coach, and they've had a heck of a run to start.
They've matched the best win streak in UCLA history. The last time they won 21 straight, they won the national championship.
That would be Billy Moore back in the late 70s.
Led by the legendary Annie Myers. Denise Curry, there's a pull-up for Sanaya Rivers, and State has its biggest lead.
You see the spacing? It's a great job of letting Sanaya Rivers in a matchup she can win go one-on-one. And that shot's too quick for Duke.
Kara Lawson turned to her assistants and said, why? Brooks, oh, with the spin off the window! And a flex for Zoe Brooks down the other end. Fournier, and a foul. It's going to be 2 on Trieger.
Now it's Wes Moore's turn to give the officials an earful. Look at this spin. On balance with a little contact. Zoe Brooks in the mid-range is so good.
So Trieger checks out with a couple fouls, and the interior depth will be tested for NC State. Mallory Collier, who did have some starts early in the season, will check in with under 2 to go in the quarter as Fournier bangs in the first.
Both coaches, look, 1 game out of first place. Notre Dame undefeated in the league. Neither one of these teams has had a chance at Notre Dame yet.
On the run. Count the basket and a foul. Madison Hayes, assisted by Rivers.
The full court vision to advance pass, and Hayes on the run.
First foul on Jordan Wood. Rivers amping up the crowd.
Oh, you don't think this game means something?
You know, with the expansion around realignment and the conferences, this is the one and only Duke State showdown.
You also should point out that NC State does not have a winning record in this environment and in this particular game.
It's so emotional. They're 9-10 in play-for-K games. And a lot of those against Duke and Carolina.
NC State switching 1 through 4.
Akanawa off the hesitation. Fournier offensive rebound, gets the stick back.
What an offensive board by the freshman. #1 in the ACC with an offensive rebounding percentage of 41%. That's 41% of the shots they missed, they offensive rebound. That is a really good number.
Her first taste of this rivalry, she's got 5. Brooks bumps it back up to a 10-point game. Final minute, first quarter.
2-for-1 opportunity here for Duke. NC State really locked in, communicating on the defensive end the last couple of possessions.
Offensive foul against the Blue Devils. That's DeJesus, the screener. Her first.
Duke applying some full court pressure. They love to pick up full court.
NC State with a push here could get a 2-for.
You know, exactly. And you know what? NC State with Isaiah James on the backside of the offense here,
gives them a chance to stretch the D and take away that ball pressure up front. Tough to pressure them with so many good ball handlers. Look at that Duke defense, aggressive to get out. DeJesus gets a hand in the face and they can hold for one.
When Madison Collier gets those small guards on her on the switch, she has got to post them up.
Jackson back to Fournier on the pick and roll. Another offensive rebound. Scramble for the loose ball. Good if it goes. Got it! Jackson for three. Touchdown lead for NC State in an entertaining first 10 minutes. Duke with a couple of triples will open up the lanes and their driving ability. What a start here in Reynolds.
Back in Reynolds Coliseum, NC State on K-Yow court. Play for K, and the Wolfpack came out ready to go. 71% in the first quarter is the highest scoring quarter for NC State all season. And it's their guards, James, Rivers, Brooks. They have combined to go 10 for 14 from the floor. Besides the Trieger three, it's the backcourt for the Wolfpack that's putting it to one of the top defenses in the nation. Beth, it's why offense matters.
They had 14 fast break points, and that's 71% shooting, the best that anybody has done in a quarter against the Blue Devils. Let's see how Duke responds, down 24-17. Both these teams start out the night one game out of first place in the ACC, behind undefeated Notre Dame in league play. And they are crashing the offensive boards, getting those second chance points. That's 11 now for Duke.
That's 6 offensive rebounds. That's Duke's game. That's a mid-range jumper, and they crash. And you better know where number 4 in blue is, because she's going to the glass every time. This lineup on the floor for Carol Lawson is one of her better defensive alignments.
And she may have to change it up because Reagan Richardson just picked up her second foul, and she will indeed depart. Ashlyn Jackson comes back.
I think anytime Donovan and Okonawa are on the floor together, that means they're wrapping it up. It's like slap the floor on defense. We're playing some lockdown stuff, and that's what they got right here.
Donovan on the run. Gets the lay-in, her first basket.
So they start the second quarter with an offensive rebound, a steal, and a layup.
They're playing Duke ball.
And that's another turnover. That's 3 unforced turnovers. Sloppy miscommunication. Deflection, and then on the move in that live ball turnover.
Donovan gives it up. Delaney Thomas with the left hand. It's a 9-0 Duke run, and it's a 1-point game.
What Duke has done right now is sped up the NC State offense. They were comfortable in the first quarter. Now they're late in the clock. They haven't had this late clock all game so far.
Ochonowa got a piece of that. And here comes Duke again. Donovan dropping it off. Mayer hits the three. 12 in a row for Duke and their first lead of the night. For the Blue Devils.
Playing way too fast. This is Duke's tempo.
Mayer, they've got numbers. They've got shooters. Jackson three, buries another one. Blue Devil run. Their defense, their tempo, their ability to score in the open floor. They have put it to the Wolfpack here in the second quarter, just like that. Back in Reynolds, Duke has scored 14 points in 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the second quarter. They sped up the Wolfpack and they changed their tempo on the offensive end as well. What a remarkable job. Duke going 6 for 7 to start the quarter to build a 7-point lead just like that, Beth. Wow.
They didn't have any fast break points in the first quarter, 10 of them in the second. They're getting layups, they're getting triples, and NC State, which went to its bench, and that helped trigger the run, now has to get some starters back in there to try and end a 17-0 run. And Isaiah James can try and do it at the free throw line.
I will say this about Wes Moore. He didn't want to call a timeout, right? He's trying to save him because you know how this game's going to go. As a coach, you have a feel. And he thought his players could get themselves out of it, but I'm telling you, Duke was like an avalanche.
So with James at the line, misses the first. Let's see what happens here with Duke now, as Kara Lawson has to go to her bench, down 2 starters with foul trouble. If she takes Mayer out here, Richardson is already on the bench with 2. But 2 missed free throws, she's got to stay out there.
Okonawa knows one speed, and that's it right there, fast.
That'll stay at this end, and now Mayer will depart. DeJesus will come on. NC State shot 71% in the first quarter. Duke starting out the second quarter shooting 85%. Jackson takes the handoff. Okonawa rips it away from Cox. And another chance for Duke. She'll try and bang in a 3. A third opportunity. Jackson airmails that one.
That's one when you do not turn around and look at your coach. You just go play defense.
No eye contact. Rivers finds a shooter, Hayes. They still can't quiet it down.
Well, they got to get it done on this end of the floor, NC State. They've got to get some lockdown stops so they can get out on the run themselves. Duke has tremendous team speed.
Jackson, no. Offensive rebound, Thomas, no. James weaves her way to the rim and misses the layup.
Why do kids not use the backboard in that situation?
Good question. NC State's 0 for 4 with 3 turnovers in the quarter, and Jackson responds with a 3. The run is now 20-0.
Wow. This is amazing.
Brooks, offensive foul.
Oh, no. No way.
Charge taken by Jackson.
Watch this play right here. Jackson with a step back 3. NC State not organized in transition. There's no way she's there.
Oh, she's moving. Zoe Brooks, that's her first. The Duke defense triggering their offense. NC State has not scored since there was a minute left in the first quarter. Jackson. Offensive rebound again. That time NC State responds with a block.
All 5 players for NC State have to rebound.
Duke has 10 boards in the first half. Brooks Redirected, and it's Rivers with it.
I would get out of the way and let Rivers go right here. NC State goes to a lot of ISO ball.
Another missed layup, and then finally, NC State ends the drought. It was a 20-0 Duke run that lasted for 6 minutes.
Kara Lawson will call every set. What she's doing is looking for matchups, knowing that NC State will switch 1 through 4, and now switching 1 through 5 with Mallory Collier on the floor. She's trying to put Collier in ball screen action, and that's why. Because the switch puts Collier on Jackson.
What a first half for Ashlyn Jackson. 5 3-pointers.
Did NC State is their 4th turnover on.
That's 11 in the half.
Yeah, they've had 4 without Duke even being near them. That's the switch I'm talking about right there, and that's what Coach Lawson is doing. She's calling the switches on the offensive end.
Cable turns it over. It just checked into the game. Devin Quigley into the lineup for NC State. Being outscored in this second quarter, 20-2. Rivers for 3. 1 and done.
Duke continues to put pressure on with their defense and their push up the floor.
Boy, all eyes should be on Ashlyn Jackson. That turns it over right there. With the 5 triples in this first half. Hey, we got a big Super Tuesday coming your way on the men's side, featuring Kentucky and Arizona in our triple header.
Ben, Mallory Collier did a really good job of stuffing that duck in that time. That's why NC State was able to get a turnover. Now she's got to help in relieving pressure.
Brooks settles for the 3.
Got to stop the ball right here.
Oh, and through the hands of Fournier and out of play. So a couple of turnovers in a row for the Blue Devils.
When Duke defensive rebounds, they put pressure on you in their transition offense, especially when Okonawa or Donovan gets the glass.
Brooks, short. NC State will get a second chance. Wu looking to face up. Stumbles and a foul. That'll be on Fournier, her first. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our cancer survivor celebration. And this the 20th year of the Play for K game. Celebrating the life and legacy of Coach K-Al. And NC State forced to call a timeout, trying to inbound it. And we'll take it with them. Under 3 to go in the first half. Huge outburst from the Blue Devils. They've got the advantage. Big second quarter for Duke, outscoring NC State 20-2. Led by Ashlyn Jackson with 5 triples, 1 shy of her career high. She had 6 last year in a game against K-State.
Duke 1 pass away, denying up the line. NC State forced way out to run their offense.
Shot clock winding down, Rivers. That won't drop. Brooks, offensive rebound. Wu. Fournier defending, and she
did not travel. She held her pivot foot and ball faked. Watch her pivot foot right here.
When did the whistle came? Why? That's not travel. That is 12 turnovers in the half for NC State. Konawa to Thomas, and out and back in. Duke doing a really good job of isolating their post play against NC State. NC State 1 of 10 this half, and Quigley rattles one in. Big bucket for the freshman, getting some quality time right here. Deep three, Jackson. Konawa off the offensive rebound. Second chance points. That's 13 of them in this first half. What a tough two. What an incredible athletic finish. Oh, whoa. The roll off the screen, and Brooks finds her. Final minute to go in this first half. DeJesus will pull up mid-range, and she knocks it down. Her first basket. Big first quarter for the Wolfpack. Huge second quarter for the Blue Devils. Brooks, layup. She's got 8 in the first half.
Isaiah James getting extended time on the bench. Duke gonna go flatten it out here.
Can essentially hold for one. I would think you'd want a touch for Jackson, the way she's been shooting it. DeJesus goes to her side. Here's Jackson, blocked by Brooks as time expires. 43-32, Blue Devils in this fight for sole possession of second place in the ACC and a chance to stay one game behind Notre Dame for the winner here tonight. And we will stay here for a very special halftime ceremony on this 20th anniversary of the Play for Gay game. 34 years at NC State for Kay Yow, coaching and teaching, and leaving behind a lifetime legacy of saving lives. The Kay Yow Cancer Fund over the years has raised millions for awareness, research, and treatment, and given hope to all kinds of women around the country like Kay Folsom.
I went for my regular mammogram. They saw a spot. That same day, I was able to get a biopsy, and in 2 days, I had the diagnosis that no one wants, which is breast cancer.
Cancer has affected me and my family for the past couple of years, so just being able to see those survivors walk out on the floor, being able to honor Kay Yow's legacy here at NC State means a lot to me and our team.
That first time walking out, I go back to, I was sitting in the stands the year before, but never believed that I would be one of the ones walking on the court. And that keeps replaying in my mind each year that it can happen to anybody. I urge each of you to go get your mammogram every year. It's important for early diagnosis, and maybe you'll have the same results as I had if you are diagnosed with breast cancer. Play for Kay, play for me, and pray for all the cancer survivors.
Well said, Kay. And so right here on Kay Yow Court, we celebrate with cancer survivors inspired by the fighting spirit of Coach Yow. And here's one of her former players, Debbie Antonelli.
Debbie Antonelli. exciting. What a first half. Thank you all for being here for the 20th anniversary of the Play for K games here in Reynolds Coliseum. You know, this is one of over 1,100 games that are taking place around the country to celebrate the Play for K games. So thank you for wearing your pink, wearing your hope on the front of your shirt, and for being here. I am a former player of Coach Al's, and I represent many of the former players that are here in the building tonight because we know that we are a big part of her legacy. You can look at the numbers for Kay Yow, you can read about her Hall of Fames, but to know the impact that she's had nationwide in affecting those that are dealing with cancer, the Kay Yow Cancer Fund has raised almost $9 million. This event and the celebration that we're getting ready to take place right here on Kay Yow Court, the court that bears her name, is such an important moment, and I hope you will feel the chills that I feel right now being here with all of you, because this is what's important. This event at halftime, this ability to showcase those that have battled, those that have thrived, those that have survived, those caregivers that have taken the time to be with their loved ones to make a difference, and you can make a difference in the fight as well. We're going to celebrate right now because the one thing that I know about my 30-year relationship with Kay Yow was that she wanted us to do more. And when you watch these women, 125 plus, come on the floor that are all cancer survivors, you're going to see why Kay Yow wanted her legacy to be this moment in time. So let's get after it and let's enjoy celebrating 125 cancer survivors that are going to join us on the floor tonight. 0 to 2-year survivors. A 2-year cancer survivor, Azalea Scott.
Okay, thank you. To God be the glory. I have to thank my husband, our children, our family, our friends, our pastors at the Life Church, Virginia Cancer Institute, UNC Hospital. You would not believe the support and the love that we have received. Last year when I went back for my routine mammogram, and the radiologist came out and she said, you know, I looked at your history and the treatments, they worked. So in our family group chat, my goddaughter replied back and she said, God worked. So I say all that to say that with God and with the strides that have been made in treatments, together they are working. So I say, please continue to pray, to continue to give, to research, so that this diagnosis will be something that our daughters and our granddaughters will never, and so on, will never have to worry about ever again. Yes, we're 0 to 2 now, but 25 plus, make room for us ladies, because in Jesus' name, we're going to be there. Safe space for us.
Amen, Azalea. We hear you and we feel you. How about 3 to 5 year survivors? A 3-year cancer survivor, Anna Walling.
Hi. This is my 3rd year being here. It's the best year. The 1st year I was in the middle of chemo. The 2nd year I was pregnant with my miracle baby. Hi Tate, Mama loves you. And 3rd year here, cancer-free, happy and healthy. All thanks to God and modern medicine, early detection, go get checked. It saves lives. If you're in the middle of diagnosis, go out. Movement is medicine. It helped me. And thank you to my wonderful husband. He's been with me every step of the way. Couldn't have done it without him.
Anna, congratulations. We love Tate also. How about 6 to 10-year survivors. 10-year cancer survivor, Kay Folsom.
It is such an honor to be the leader of this group. All these women have a story just like I do, and each person has a different story. But I went for a regular mammogram. They found a lump. In a week's time, I had had a biopsy, done a lumpectomy, and only had to have radiation. Those of you who have been through chemotherapy, my heart goes out to you. It is just amazing what the research and the efforts from KYAL and this Cancer Fund have done for us. I hope one day to come here and there'll be no ones.
Kay, you're amazing. How about this next group? 11 to 15-year survivors. 15-year survivor, Cindy Jennings.
I am a 15-year survivor of triple-negative breast cancer. It's been a rocky road. There have been some setbacks. But I stand on this court tonight with my sister survivors because people like KYAL and Jim Valvano used their voice to raise funds for cancer research, to help us fight, and to help us find a cure one day. It is my hope that in thankfulness to them, and thank you for all of you being here to support us tonight, that we can end this fight and that we will have hope for more and more survivors.
So powerful, Cindy, so powerful. How about 16 to 20-year survivors? Our 20-year survivor is Brandy Phillips.
I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer when I was 31 years old, and all of the symptoms that I was having were easily dismissed by my doctors because I was young and it was very uncommon, and I persisted and continued to fight and ask questions because I knew something wasn't right, and I was treated successfully at that time, and I am celebrating my 20th year of surviving this year, and I just couldn't be happier.
Way to go, Brandy. Way to go. 21 to 25-year survivors. A 24-year cancer survivor, Elizabeth Beam.
Hello, everybody. Don't we love coming to Reynolds? Isn't it just the best? And you know, we love our teams and all the groups that compete here. But without those teams, Reynolds would be bricks and mortar. So our teams make all the difference. And the team I'm thinking about now are the unseen teams. We appreciate all those who helped us, our families, our friends, our doctors. But you know what this money is going to go for? A lot of it will go for research, as is mentioned. All those unseen people who are in labs, and all those people who gave money at Bojangles, all the people who have participated to give us life. And like many others here, I've had breast cancer twice. First time was 24 years ago. It went okay, got through it. 18 years later, it came back again, got through it. but I kind of hope I don't have to do it again. And I'm counting on all the research, so thank you, you unseens.
We don't want you to have to go through it again either, Elizabeth. How about 25-plus year survivors? A 27-year cancer survivor, Gail Walton.
I was diagnosed in September of 1997. I had a grand doctor who stayed on top of some problems I had. And so he called me, we had surgery through the grace of God and a lot of prayer, support of my family. Now I'm 27 years cancer-free. And my prayer and my hope is that in 27 years later, all of these ladies will be cancer-free and not be walking out here. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you to all of our line leaders. Ladies, amazing. Absolutely amazing. We are so grateful that you are here to share your stories to impact so many others. We know clinical trials work. We know research helps. And we know there's hope because we're watching each one of you and we feel it and we know it. Everyone in here is wearing hope t-shirts because we're right here with you in the fight. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your inspiration. And if you are moved and you felt something and you know that you can make a difference, and if you could poke the person next to you, maybe throw a nice hard elbow like we've seen in the post tonight, and tell that person next to you to make sure that they understand early detection and education are the best ways to prevent cancer. If you have not had a mammogram, if you've not done your self-testing, you need to do it. So poke the person next to you and ask them, and don't be afraid to do so. But if you can help us, kyao.com. and help us make a difference, because the one thing that Coach Yao shared through the decades is we've done this, but we can do so much more. Thank you. Congratulations to all you survivors on the floor.
Welcome back to the Play for K, benefiting the K-Out Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation. Ashlyn Jackson dropping 5 triples for Duke. They went on a 20-0 run and held NC State scoreless for 6 minutes in that second quarter. Beth Mullins alongside Debbie Antonelli. A lot of work to do for State to try and get back in it.
They got to get their rhythm back. I mean, you knew Duke was going to offensive rebound and turn you over. You had to minimize those. They were going to get some. It's like trying to guard a really good offensive player and trying to hold them down. They're going to make tough shots.
Tonight's game track brought to you by E-Trade from Morgan Stanley.
It's hard to simulate the Duke speed. I mean, their speed is elite. And they know how to use it, Beth.
Duke allowing just 8 points in that second quarter. And what a turnaround for NC State. And that is our game track brought to you by E-Trade.
What a block by Jaden Donovan. I mean, it is a clear path to the rim. And Donovan makes a big defensive play to start the half.
They average 5 blocks and 12 steals a game, and they force 22 turnovers a game. They're on pace for all of that. And they'll open up at the offensive end with a pull-up for Taina Mayer.
I think Westmore's got to get Isaiah James going. She had 9 first quarter points, did not score in the second quarter.
And only played 5 minutes. Madison Hayes fouled on the shot.
You foul charge to number 24, Reagan Richardson.
Oh, and that's the third on Reagan Richardson. She was sidelined with foul trouble for a lot of that first half.
Well, NC State needs to get to the free throw line. They went 2 for 5 in the first half.
Number 21, Madison Hayes.
Kara Lawson's going to let Richardson hang with the 2 fouls. She only played 5 minutes in the first half. And now changes her mind, and she'll get her out. Akanawa will come on.
Akanawa returning for the Blue Devils.
Crowd here at Reynolds trying to get NC State a little boost. Sold out and pinked out for this Play for K game tonight on KYAL Court. Thomas, tough catch, bothered on the shot. NC State couldn't hold on.
Madison Hayes does such a tremendous job, always playing out of position for Westmore. Vertical at the point of attack, doesn't pick up a foul, gets NC State a chance to set their defense with 5 on the clock.
No change of possession, so no reset. Jackson gets a clean look and hits it. Well executed.
That's
with a sense of urgency.
Her first 2-point basket. As you mentioned, 5 triples in the first half.
17 points for Ashland. Rivers. Nice feed inside to the trigger.
3 possessions for NC State, 3 plays in the middle third. That's the way you attack an overplaying defense. They can't help in the middle of the floor as much if you run your attack down the middle third.
Horns. Mayer to the left side, and a trip to the line coming up.
There are times when you guard the action and other times when you have to guard the ball. Right here, this is just a great job by Jackson to curl off that screen and step into it, and then Trigger with a good finish around the rim with her offhand.
On the line, number 22, Taina Mayer.
Taina Mayer hasn't been here very often. 6 of 9 for the season. Knocks it down. Story of this one was a turnaround for the Blue Devils. They went from 10 down to 13 up in that first half.
In like 3 minutes. It was quick at the start of the second quarter.
Gets 1 for 2. Here's James. Count it. And let's see if that gets her going.
A walking bucket is Isaiah James. 3-level scoring, mature around the rim to handle and absorb contact, keeps her focus on the finish, and she shot that off the backboard.
And now Mayer has 3. So 2 starters with 3 fouls for Duke. And Kara will let her point guard play through it.
See, what Coach Lawson is doing is turning her back to NC State's bench and calling sets, because Brandon Miller over at NC State knows everybody's calls in the entire league. He's the first person on the bench with pink pants on for the Wolfpack.
Mayer. Good patience from Duke, and that set, she's got 13. Brooks playing a 2-man game, keeps it and hits. Zoe now into double digits with 10, and they get a turnover.
You can sense a little bit of a Wolfpack run right here. Only +4 in the turnover margin for Duke. They're typically close to +8.
Ping-ponging around, NC State with another chance. James spins, hangs, hits.
All day, baby. She gets in the paint, forget about it.
Horns again. Jackson off the bounce, blocked by Rivers, and she's standing out of bounds on the catch. 8 on the shot clock.
Isaiah James smells the rim. Such great body control.
stock to the WNBA. Beth keeps going up and up and up. DeJesus off the bench gets a nice bounce off the iron. Just came on the floor to replace Mayer with 3 fouls. James steps back and answers the 3. She's got 17. She had 9 in the first quarter. She's already got 8 here in less than 4 minutes. Jackson over Trieger, short. Brooks probing, weaving. Zoe Brooks off glass, got it. And here come the Wolfpack. Kara Lawson slams on the brakes and says, let's get a set we want right here. They're going to put Trieger in ball screen action. That's what they've been doing. They've been attacking the 5 for NC State, manipulating the 5. Thomas over Trieger, no. Offensive rebound, Donovan. Kick out Jackson for 3. Got it! Oh, my She ties her season high with 6. Ashlyn Jackson, shoot till your arm falls off. The steal on the inbound, and then Brooks fouls. Isaiah James, a little step back, heat check, bucket. And the Blue Devils offensive rebounding, automatic kick to 3. Jackson with 6 triples. It's heating up in here. And then they just catch NC State lazy again on the inbound. The 5th time they've had a lazy play where they've turned the ball over. They typically don't turn the ball over. They turn it over 12 times a game. Yeah. A testament to the Duke defense, but also the unforced errors bothersome. Thomas steps away and knocks it in. Every play call for Kara Lawson is resulting in putting Trieger in some sort of action. They're 6 for 10 in this quarter, and then James passes it right to Akanawa for the layup. Good response from Duke after NC State started putting some pressure on them. How can you lose your focus in a game like this? Like, every detail matters. Rivers spins, got it, and rolls it in. What an athletic finish. My goodness. NC State, the spin cycle is alive in the second half. The Wolfpack in the middle of the floor to the bucket.
Coach K. saw something powerful in the ability of sports to carry us through our toughest moments. Her legacy and fight is carried on through the K. Cancer Fund. This united community is making a significant impact in the fight against cancers affecting women, especially those within underserved communities. Together, we empower, educate, and serve. This is a movement, a promise. This is personal. Support the K. Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation. Donate at kyao.com.
Ashlyn Jackson has matched her career high with 6 3-pointers from a game prior to Christmas against Kansas State. 20 points on the night, Debbie. A 41% three-point shooter. Fearless in the first half. Off the mid-range, baseline out of bounds, the offensive rebound kick. She looks so comfortable catch and shoot outside the three-point line. We're seeing the quickness, we're seeing the speed, we're seeing the determination to get to the glass. They're rebounding over 50% of their misses. Yeah, and they're a 41% offensive rebounding percentage team. They've missed 26 shots, and they've offensive rebounded 14. And what did Westmore tell us in shoot-around today? Got a box shot. That's it. Yep. All 5 have to go to the glass. It's the speed and quickness and the length of Duke on the glass. Fabulous third quarter. NC State's shooting 70+. Duke shooting 60+. Toe-to-toe, Richardson's back out there with 3 fouls. Under 4 to play here in the third. A kind of a baseline drive. Rivers with the run out. Sanaya. Good defense by Jackson. Stood her ground. Thomas, they're picking on Trieger again. James. Oh, what a fake! Isaiah James! Got the defender to blow by and lays it in.
NC State's best offense is quick hitter down the middle third, attacking one-on-one. There are times during this year where that's the only way they've been able to score, and that's where they are right now.
As a point guard, I hate to say it, but assists don't matter tonight for NC State. They're scoring off the bounce. 1v1. And for Duke, it's Jackson again for 3. No. And Richardson picks up her 4th foul.
Watch Isaiah James.
Oh, that's a double dribble.
Ooh, I think that was double dribble. Wow. Oh, yeah, no question about it.
That's a double dribble. I'll take that for NC State.
That's not a good move. Well, I guess she got 2 points out of it. Oh, Coach Lawson's not going to like that one on film tomorrow.
Jesus returning to the Blue Devils lineup.
So Richardson, who has missed much of this night with foul trouble, is out again for Duke. And for NC State, can they chip away? They've been down by as many as 13. Rivers! And 1!
It's a little misdirection up top.
Finds a Rivers jersey in the crowd for the high five.
Misdirection, blow by. Guard the ball, not the action. And when you don't guard the ball, this is what happens. She thought Sanaya was coming off that double screen up top.
Rivers. And it's a 4-point game. Trying to get Fournier a touch on the low block. They double down on her. O'Connell with 2 on the shot clock.
Now that is a great defensive possession by the Wolfpack because they guarded personnel.
James pulls up mid-range. 2-point game. Shot clock. O'Connell into the lane to the right hand, in and out. Two to tie. 3 for the lead. For the 3. In and out. DeJesus, Fournier, they go to the freshman, she comes up short. Final minute of the third quarter, NC State looking to add to a 10-0 run.
I'm looking for Isaiah James right here. It's the same set. This time she comes off the screen.
James has it for the lead. Hard off the back iron, and here comes Jackson.
Counter punch.
Down to 5 again on the shot clock. They'll go back to the freshman. Fournier fouled.
With 1 on the shot clock. NC State much better defensively here in the third quarter. It's made Duke hesitate. It's the tempo that Kara Lawson likes, though. She wants to call every set on her end of the floor when the ball's in front of her.
Third foul on Trieger will get Fournier to the line. And don't forget, every Sunday on ACC Network and the app, this Sunday it's the Commonwealth Clash, Virginia Tech, Virginia, and then Notre Dame, Cal. What a great start to the week for women's college basketball. Thursday night, a doubleheader. UConn, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Stanford. And these two teams fighting for sole possession of second place in the ACC tonight. Rivers with a Kanoa defending. Sanaya Rivers, good if it goes. And the Duke Blue Devils will take the lead into the fourth quarter. 62-58 with Coach Yao smiling down on K-Yao court. Great chance to pad the resume for both these teams. It's a quad 1 win. Duke trying to beat a ranked foe for the 5th time. NC State trying to hold court on K-Yao court. And oh, by the way, they're both right in the thick of the chase for an ACC championship. Notre Dame in front right now at 10-0. The winner of this one tonight stays just 1 game back, and both the Wolfpack and the Blue Devils still have a shot at the Fighting Irish on their remaining schedules.
It's a battle for the top 4 seeds for the ACC tournament, the double bye, and I would not count out Florida State. Brooke Wyckoff has her best team. Tanaya Latson leads the nation in scoring.
Looking to stay top 4 seeds for the selection committee so they can play at home in the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament. Both teams at one point tonight have held double-digit leads. And both teams said, not so fast, you're not getting away from us.
Duke has used their offense to manipulate the 5. Trieger has played much better here in the second half.
Ashlyn Jackson having a career night.
She's good. She is really good.
22 points with 6 triples.
Duke forces you to make decisions all over the floor with every action because of their defense.
Hayes knocked loose, kept alive by NC State. Hayes for 3, got it!
Great find by the rookie. Jones to Hayes in the corner.
The penetration and the pitch from Zam. Back to a 1-possession game.
Oh, it's going to be a 1-possession game. Remember that timeout Westmore had to burn earlier. Be thinking about that as we creep closer to the finish. Duke has all of their timeouts remaining. NC State with just 2 left.
Early in this fourth quarter. Fournier, got it!
Really good duck in by the rookie. She is tough on the inside, and when she gets 2 feet in the paint, she can deliver.
They love her confidence, and they're going to her late. She's got 9.
Switch.
Rivers working on the rookie. Fournier stood her ground, but she was the last to touch it.
Look at Fournier right here. Takes a little bump. Trieger stays vertical. Good finish with contact. Good no call by the officials.
10 on the shot clock. Jones will inbound.
And
NC State's got to cut hard right here. They had to burn a timeout on a baseline out of bounds play earlier.
James able to track it down.
One-on-one, draws a foul. Isaiah James is so good back at what I call the rope-a-dope. It's like the rope-a-dope before you throw the punch, right? She just has the change of speed. She plays the game low to high. She makes the defense react, and then she makes a play.
For the youngsters, that's a Google of Muhammad Ali. James hangs and hits. 23 for Isaiah.
Tell you what, this place has been jacked up all night. It's been awesome in here.
Fournier fouled again.
Watch the hang time. The cut off the screen, off the window to her strong hand.
On the line, number 35, Toby Fournier.
Our ESPN NBA Wednesday double dip comes your way. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs playing Trae Young and the Hawks. Then SGA and the Thunder host KD and the Suns. It starts with NBA Countdown. Our coverage at 6:30.
Think De'Aaron Fox will be playing in that game?
I hope so. It's fun to watch after the big trade from Sacramento. James, that knocked off of her leg and out of bounds. Mayer got a hand in there. That's that disruptive Duke defense once again.
We're getting into what you call winning time. And winning time means detail. Every action has to be crisp. You cannot have game slippage now.
Richardson, and she's fouled out. That's her 5th personal. As NC State takes the charge, and Duke is down a starter. Kara Lawson will use it as a pseudo timeout to gather her troops with 7:15 to go.
Isaiah James goes under. You see the push off. Beats her to the spot.
First DQ of the season for Reagan.
Now the first to number 24, Reagan Richardson, her 5th.
James off the hostage dribble, knocks in another. She's got 25.
She makes it look easy, and it's not. NC State done a better job on Jackson this half.
Jackson to Fournier, and she goes back to the free throw line.
Coach Lawson continues to take advantage of the fives for NC State. It's ball screen after ball screen. This is James on the other end, gets Mayer on her hip, keeps her there. Elevates into her jumper. And Fournier going back to the free throw line. She's 4 of 8 tonight.
Duke just 50% as a team tonight, and now sub 50.
That's a heck of an end zone to shoot free throws into, isn't it?
It's one of the best in college basketball.
Period.
Gets the second.
Matt had a little Chick-fil-A on the line, too.
I think there was some chicken available. What a weekend around college basketball. Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson getting their jerseys retired. And a foul here on a 3-ball. We've seen 50-point games, 40-point games, 30-point games from some of the stars. And now a dandy in the play for K game and Reynolds.
A great screen by Wu, holds her ground, trying to get over the top. Jackson picks up the foul. 3 free throws here for Isaiah James.
Feels like the heady days of the ACC back in the mid-2000s, when the ACC sent 3 teams to the Final Four in 2006. Maryland beating Duke for the national championship. That's only happened one other time. The Big East did it in 2013.
Very impressive that year. All 3 triangle teams were in the top 10 most of the season. It's going to be a lane violation on Jackson.
Speaking of lanes, congratulations to our old Duke friend, Elena Beard. She's going into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame this year. A transformational recruit for the Atlantic Coast Conference. And here we go. Back to square with 6:30 to play.
They just go deep into the clock and Fournier into a ball screen.
Mayer, good patience, blocked out of bounds by Wu.
Wu moving her feet, getting off the contact. But see, it's a late ball screen in the middle third. Trying to put some pressure on that 5. That's center.
Jackson, short, comes back out to James. Isaiah looking for the lead and getting it.
Her body control is amazing. One of the top scoring guards in the country. Doesn't get enough credit for all that she does. James with 30 on 16 shots. You talk about efficiency. Look at this. Isaiah James, walking bucket. Has a few guards. You may have heard of them. Hannah Hidalgo, Tanaya Latson. Isaiah James isn't getting her due. She's going to get it tonight. She's got 30. We told you 3 levels. We've seen all 3 levels. She's got the step back. She's got the ability in transition. How about running up the backside of a big and finishing at the front of the rim? Smart, savvy, determined, and a winner. And she will make plays late if NC State's going to win.
And boy, does she love playing Duke. Her career high is against the Blue Devils at 33. And she's got a season high 30 tonight. And for the first time in a long time, NC State has the lead. They've trailed by as many as 13. And now how do the Blue Devils respond? Under 6 to go. Jackson has been their go-to. They have been hammering away on the offensive glass all night. They get another one here, and more second chance points as Mayer drills the 3. 28 points off of offensive rebounds.
Duke switching 1 through 5.
Sam Jones. A Wu offensive rebound. Count it!
A Wu stepping through with some contact, and it hangs on the rim. 54 points all season for Lorena.
And she gets 2 big ones there, and then Hayes gets him the ball back.
Madison Hayes making a big play late. Spread it out, going one-on-one. Fournier gonna have to guard Rivers off the bounce here.
Rivers over the rookie, got it. And the clock has stopped at 5 minutes and 2 seconds as play continues. A whistle and a foul.
anybody on
Are
the
they
floor.
going to correct it?
They didn't see it.
The clock stopped. They will play on, under 5 to go. Donovan hangs and hits.
Donovan.
James all the way the other way.
Wow, that was quick.
Donovan, Mayer for 3. She hits it.
Oh, yes.
All even again.
What a game. What a game. And here comes James.
James muscles that up and in. And a new career high of 34 points.
Back-to-back triples from Mayer, who doesn't take a lot.
She's got 19. Jackson. No. James with the rebound, and she's bumped.
The focus on Isaiah James right now. You're looking for a leader? How about a little alpha? Isaiah Zaza.
Catch your breath. Get a beverage. Come on back. It's been so good tonight. We want to make sure we get all the basketball we can get. There was a stoppage of the clock moments ago. The officials are reviewing it. It's going to stop at 5:02. We counted about 12, 13 seconds that the clock is stopped. And right now, the time is at 4:07. They let it play out until the break. And let's see how much time they will put back on the clock. We've got a 2-point game with over 4 minutes to go. Isaiah James, 25 second half points. She's got a career high 34 on the night. Countering the Duke Blue Devils, who exploded in that second quarter, went on a 20-0 run and were up double digits. And it has been punch counter punch ever since. These two teams, one game behind Notre Dame. They're tied for second in the ACC, and both still have a game to go against the Fighting Irish.
On Play for K in Reynolds, on K-Yale Court, a competition fitting of such an important cause and such an important night. Over 1,100 schools have a Play for K game, and this is the epicenter of it, and this game has been absolutely amazing, one that I know Kay would love to have coached in or watched. I know she's watching.
Ashlyn Jackson with 22, Diana Mayer with 19 to lead the way for the Blue Devils. You know, these games are so big around the triangle. Duke has already dropped 1 to North Carolina. They don't want to go 0-2 in the area. And there you see the updated standings with the Fighting Irish in the driver's seat right now to win an 8th ACC title since they joined the league 12 years ago.
How about North Carolina going out west and sweeping Cal and Stanford, Beth? That was a big weekend for the Tar Heels.
So with realignment, of course, Stanford and Cal now in the ACC. That's the first time, men's or women's, that a team has gone cross-country and won both games. So kudos to them.
Yeah, Courtney Banghart's team. It's going to be a compelling NCAA tournament, ACC tournament. With the popularity, the interest, the attendance, and the game has delivered. And this is a higher scoring game than I thought.
Yeah.
Duke has held every opponent in the ACC below their scoring average. Not tonight. The guard play for the
game clock will be reset to 3:54. 3:54.
So the count is 14 seconds. So it will drop from 4:07 to play to 3:54 to play. Well done there by the officials to get it right. That foul just before the break was the 5th on Duke this quarter. So free throws now the rest of the way for NC State, and it starts with James right here.
NC State 10 of 16 at the line tonight. Duke shooting just 50% from the stripe. And misses them both. Okonowa. And they'll run a set. Okonowa. Fournier trying to post. Can't get it to her yet. Now they get her a touch, and she's immediately bumped down low by Wu.
It's a really good job by Kara Lawson to consistently go and attack the centers in the 5 position of NC State.
Been doing it all night, successfully. That's the 4th team foul on NC State. Duke will shoot on the next one. Donovan, boy, that shot where she brings it way back overhead, knocks it down.
Okonowa on James, but Duke has been switching 1 through 5.
Rivers, 3-ball, Hayes, no. Wu, got it. Boy, did she pick the right time to play the game of her life.
She carves out some weak side glass and then draws the foul through the contact. Huge offensive rebound by Wu. You know, the center spot, the middle play, all year is improving and emerging for NC State. Wes Moore, known as a great developer of talent, and he's done a good job with the 5s. They are getting better, but teams are still going to use that as the target on the scouting report.
Under 3 to go. Jackson. Well, they lost her on the screen. Another offensive rebound for Duke. 20 on the night. And with 2 on the shot clock, the foul by NC State.
You have to have defensive discipline. NC State second in the nation in personal fouls. They hardly ever foul, but in that situation right there, you got to have some time and score awareness on the defensive end as well.
So now both teams in the bonus. Jackson gets the first, 23 now on the night for Ashland. They continue to be just 50% from the line, but good hustle again by Donovan. Gets him the ball back.
NC State gave up a mid-range jump shot to Jackson. I'd be watching for Jackson on this out-of-bounds play right here.
She's got it. Here comes Mayer for 3. Wu secures it. Possession and a 2-point lead. Two minutes. Wu balls and scores. My goodness. Where did this kid come from? How about East Moline, Illinois, the freshman?
The 4 corners.
Lighten it up. Jackson stepping back. They've taken the 3 away from her so far in this second half, but they are just relentless on the boards, and the freshman walks with it.
Screen and roll right down the heart of Duke's defense.
terrific second half for the freshman. Six points for the youngster in the fourth quarter. She's 2 points away from tying her career high.
She's only been playing basketball since her freshman year in high school. She's young and a raw talent. Not overly highly recruited, but Westmore needed a post to play 4 out, 1 in.
So 2 timeouts each. Possession arrow with State, Debbie. Duke, they've been hanging their hat on their defense all year. They're looking for a stop here.
You thought the pressure was big before. Watch what Duke brings here. They might have not been bringing 2 to the ball, but they might be bringing 2 here.
The long pass to Rivers, who gets behind the defense and scores.
Zia James called it right in front of us. I just told you, you knew the pressure was going to be coming. What a play by Westmore.
The deep ball works.
Zia James looked at us and said, watch what's coming.
Now Duke needs a response. Through traffic for 2.
Okonowa speed. Point A to point B might be the best in the league.
Final minute. And a classic play for K showdown. Brooks keeps that dribble alive. Rivers tried to tip it. Brooks held ball's gonna stay this way. And how about this touchdown pass on Super Bowl week for NC State?
The pressure's coming, and NC State sets it up beautifully. Madison Hayes throws the post pattern. And it's a great ball fake. Sanaya Rivers. And then watch this right here, Okonowa. What a terrific finish through the NC State defense.
Trouble again on the inbound. James has it. James drives, goes to the left and scores. 36 points and a timeout called by Duke to advance the ball.
What did we just see? Zia James, 36 points on 19 field goals, 15 points in the fourth quarter. Baseline out of bounds, they think they got nothing. I don't even know how she saw the backboard. Gets it high off the glass, above the square. Gorgeous.
All right, so now Duke will inbound. They are down, still a 2-possession game with 36 seconds to go. As you see, Zia lighten it up after the over in the second quarter. Where does Duke turn?
I'm going to Jackson. Or I'm getting Okonowa or Donovan off the bounce. Donovan's not in the game. I like Jackson. And Jordan Woods comes in the game, and she has not been in the game and has not scored. She's going to get minutes right here. She's a 3-point threat. You can't gamble right here if you're Brooks. You got to keep him in front.
Mayer gives it up.
Oh my
they
goodness.
Get an open look. And she stepped on the sideline, out of bounds.
You know how Jordan Wood comes in the game for that specific play. Kara Lawson rolls the dice on putting a player in that hasn't had a sweat. She steps out of bounds on the sideline. Jordan Wood, a 6'4" sophomore, has made 10 threes all season. Are they reviewing the out of bounds?
Are going to review.
Well, there's no time to score issue here. They've got to be reviewing whether she did or did not step out of bounds.
Player stepped out of bounds. It's that left, does that left heel go all the way down? Right there it does.
Good work by our crew.
Terrific job catching that.
Good job by the officials. And making sure the time is right while you're over there. Now Duke's gonna have to foul. You go for a hard trap, see if you can get a steal or deflection, and then you've got to commit a foul right away. And if I'm NC State, what you've just done, Beth, you can, Wes Moore doesn't always like to call timeout to advance the ball. We just saw him throw the baseball pass, so now you set up being able to cut hard to the ball and you send your best free throw shooters, your best ball handlers, and go with 5 guards here.
Hayes is the best free throw shooter. James usually is, but she's only 4 for 8 tonight. And I'm not sure what's taking so long here. The left foot definitely went on the line. I think, are they checking to make sure they have the clock right?
Well, the clock should stop right
there. Yep. 26.4 is showing.
What an incredible game. I mean, this fan base on the women's side has been celebrating for a long time since their Final Four appearance last season.
Great atmosphere here at Reynolds. Sold out, pinked out on K-Out court. Winner stays 1 game out of first place in the ACC race. Both these teams right now are top 4 seeds and on pace to host first and second round in the NCAA tournament, but we still got a long way to go.
So now the officials have settled the clock issue, and now NC State calls timeout. And I think they are advancing the ball. Now, can Jordan Wood come back in the game? Because she subbed out.
There are your essentials. 1 timeout each, no fouls to give. Duke with the possession arrow. They're going to look for the quick steal here or a foul. Wood is in the game.
Yeah. I thought she subbed out and no time went off the clock, and then she's back in.
Brooks with the catch. And there's the foul. Zoe has not been to the line tonight. She's 75% on the season. And she's got 2 here.
On the line for the Wolfpack, number 35, Zoe Brooks.
Well, you have to want the ball in this situation if you're NC State and be a confident shooter for Wes Moore. That's why he's got 4 guards out there with a Wu, but she won't touch the ball at the end of the game here.
For a 3-possession lead, no. Still a chance for Duke.
You have to keep them in front and run them off the 3-point line.
Mayer will take the 2, hits it.
Got to cut hard to the ball right here or call timeout and advance it. This will be Wes Moore's last timeout. Remember that timeout they burned in the first half because of a baseline out of bounds play. Don't tell me every possession doesn't matter in a game like this. That's what I was talking about. As soon as that happened, I said, remember at the end of the game.
Well, there's a lot to remember tonight. How about the missed double dribble? Isaiah James scored a basket on that play. It's a 4-point game, 87-83. The experts wouldn't have picked it this way, but as fans, are we happy that it's been this kind of offensive showing?
It's been incredible
for both these teams.
A better offensive game than we anticipated.
And it's only the first day of the week.
Monday. We got a Thursday night doubleheader for you. UConn, Tennessee, and then Notre Dame, Stanford.
We get to be in South Bend. We get to watch the Fighting Irish.
Critical for Stanford. They are desperate for wins and quality wins. Their streak of 38 straight NCAA tournaments is in serious jeopardy.
Will you screen, cut hard, and be ready to get fouled? Zoe Brooks will inbound it.
They do not want Awu anywhere near this inbound. She'll stay away. Brooks fouled again. So 13 seconds to go. Duke needs some misses.
So NC State a little token pressure. Don't let Duke get behind you. Keep them in front. Run them off the three-point line.
Offense for defense substitution here for Kara Lawson. She'll get Jordan Wood back out there.
I'm surprised that Wes Moore is leaving Awu in now that Jordan Wood's back in, who's in to shoot a three. But you got to go with who you trust in these situations. And right now, Wes Moore trusts Awu.
Awu's been that who in this second half for NC State. And now,
can she go out? Because no time went off the clock. Let's see.
I think they were checking for blood on her arm. She gets that covered and is back in.
It's like icing the shooter is why the fans are upset.
Brooks gets both. Oh, she has a look again. Short. Rebound, Rivers. A classic play for Kay goes to NC State as they rally from a double-digit deficit and win it 89-83. A career night for Isaiah James. Zaza with the yaya, 36 points. For our entire crew, Debbie Antonelli, I'm Beth Mowens. Thanks for being with you. We'll see you Thursday night, UConn and Tennessee.